Boredom feels like nothing is happening. It is the opposite. Boredom is an alarm, and it is going off because something specific is wrong. Start with what boredom actually is, because it is not a lack of stimulation. You can be bored in a library holding a million books. You can be bored on a beach. Boredom needs two things to be true at once. You want to be engaged with something. You cannot get engaged with what is in front of you. It is the gap between wanting to be absorbed and failing to be. That gap is a measurement. And your brain treats it the way it treats every other important measurement, by making it uncomfortable enough that you do something about it. Hunger says the fuel is low. Go and find food. Pain says the tissue is damaged. Stop doing that. And boredom says something more subtle. It says whatever you are pointing your attention at is not worth the cost of pointing it there. Go and find something that is. That is a survival instruction. An animal that never got bored would keep foraging in a patch it had already stripped bare. It would keep repeating a behavior long after the behavior stopped paying. Boredom is what breaks the loop and pushes an animal to explore. It is the thing that gets you off the exhausted passion over the next hill. Which means boredom is not the enemy of a good life. It is one of the mechanisms that builds one, and it does something else. In one study, people were given a deeply tedious task, copying numbers out of a phone book, and then asked to invent creative uses for an everyday object. The bored group produced more ideas, and stranger ones, than people who went straight to the creative task. A mind given nothing to hold on to starts generating. This is the same system we have met before. When you stop feeding your attention new input, the default mode network takes over. And that network is the one that wanders, connects distant ideas and plans. Boredom is the doorway into it. It is why the ideas arrive in the shower and never at the desk. Now, here is the modern problem, and it is a serious one. We have not solved boredom. We have deleted the alarm. The phone does not make the task worth your attention. It only removes the discomfort of noticing that it is not. The disengagement is still there. The signal has simply been silenced before it could finish its sentence. So you are never pushed to change anything. There is a well-known experiment where people were left alone in a room with nothing to do for a few minutes, and given the option to give themselves a mild electric shock. A striking number chose the shock rather than sit with their own thoughts. Not because thinking is painful, because being unstimulated had become genuinely unfamiliar, and there is a cost to that. If you never get bored, you never go looking for novelty. And if you never go looking for novelty, your brain has almost nothing new that is worth recording. The days stop being distinct. Time collapses. The alarm that would have sent you searching for something new was switched off years ago. So the next time boredom arrives, try not reaching for anything for a few minutes. Let it run. It is not empty. It is a message about what you are doing with your attention, and it is usually right. This is Mind Recode. See you in the next one.